Have you ever imagined that? The chocolate bar you're eating today was once a sacred drink reserved for kings, warriors, and even gods. Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But it's not. Chocolate was once a symbol of power, ritual, and life itself, quite literally. Have you ever been so addicted to chocolate that you had to hide it? Be honest and comment below. And if you've ever sipped hot cacao on a rainy day, did you feel like you were participating in an ancient ritual? Share it with me. Now, pour yourself a cup of cacao, take a seat, and join me on a journey back to Central America over 3,000 years ago, where some of the earliest weird food facts originated. The Olmec, one of the oldest civilizations in the Americas, are believed to be the first to discover the cacao tree. But chocolate wasn't sweet or cute back then. It was ground up, mixed with chili, cornmeal, herbs, and frothed into a bitter drink used in religious ceremonies. Then came the Maya and Aztec, who elevated cacao to mythical status. In Aztec culture, cacao was believed to be a gift from the god Quetzalcoatl, the god of wisdom, who stole cacao from heaven to give to humankind. Comment Quetzalcoatl if you've heard of this god, or just because his name is incredibly cool. The Aztecs didn't eat chocolate like we do today. They drank it. Zacatl, in Nahuatl, means bitter water. This drink was used in sacrificial rituals, coming-of-age ceremonies, or before going into battle. Yes, cacao was the Aztec warrior's energy drink. And here's one of the earliest weird food facts: cacao was so valuable that it was used as currency. 1 avocado equals 3 cacao beans. A chicken? 100 beans. Imagine using chocolate to pay your rent. Quick rehook. Are you sipping hot chocolate right now? If so, congrats, you're indulging more luxuriously than Emperor Montezuma himself. He was said to drink up to 50 cups of zacatl a day, from golden goblets. Aztec nobility believed cacao brought strength, wisdom, and the ability to connect with the divine. It wasn't just food, it was a symbol of life. That's why cacao featured in weddings, funerals, childbirths, nearly every milestone in life. Think about it, a substance that could be a wedding gift, a sacred drink, and money. Pretty multifunctional, right? If you're into dark chocolate, the bitter kind that's not for everyone, then congratulations, you're totally the Maya's type. Comment Team Dark Chocolate so we can gather our tribe. But everything began to change when the Spanish first encountered cacao in the 16th century. When Hernán Cortés arrived in Mexico and witnessed cacao's ceremonial use, he brought the beans back to Europe, and cacao's history entered a whole new chapter. When Hernán Cortés brought cacao from the New World to Spain in the early 16th century, Europeans were unimpressed. The drink was bitter, spicy, earthy, no sugar, no milk. Still, the Spaniards didn't give up. They began to Europeanize cacao, adding sugarcane, cinnamon, vanilla. And just like that, from divine ritual drink, cacao transformed into Europe's trendiest luxury beverage. Imagine this, a 17th century morning in Madrid. Aristocrats by the fireplace, holding hot chocolate, whispering about politics and poetry. Who would have thought a drink once used in Aztec war rituals would end up in Spanish palaces? Fun comment time: if you've ever added cinnamon or sea salt to hot chocolate, share your recipe. You might be sipping the modern-day version of a royal favorite. From Spain, chocolate spread fast. France, Italy, then England, each region gave cacao its twist. In England, chocolate houses sprang up, places where gentlemen gathered to play chess, debate politics, and socialize. Think of it as the Starbucks of the Enlightenment. By the 18th century, chocolate had become a status symbol. A silver-wrapped bar of chocolate could be a love token, a symbol of sophistication. But here's another one of those weird food facts: in the early days, chocolate was sold only in pharmacies, as medicine. Yep, your sweet treat was once doctor prescribed. Then came the 19th century. With industrial advances like extracting cocoa butter and grinding machines, chocolate transitioned from liquid to solid. In 1847, Fry and Sons in England created the first chocolate bar. From then on, chocolate wasn't just for sipping, it was for biting. Quick rehook. Did you know one of the first companies to mass-market chocolate was Nestlé? And then Hershey's? Milton Hershey, a name you've surely heard, brought chocolate to the average American. He dreamed of chocolate for every home. And he made it happen. No longer just a sacred beverage or royal delicacy, chocolate found its way into school lunchboxes, grocery counters, and childhood memories. What about you? What was your first chocolate bar? Hershey's? Snickers? Kit Kat? Drop it in the comments, let's see who shares your chocolate origin story. Even though chocolate became mainstream, it retained a bit of its magic. It still shows up on Valentine's Day, in love notes, in apologies. Chocolate speaks a universal language, sweet, elegant, sincere. By the 20th century, chocolate was no longer just for royalty. It was in school desks, jacket pockets, and even US military rations. Sounds strange? But here's another weird food fact: chocolate was issued to American soldiers during both World Wars, not only for energy, but to bring comfort and a taste of home during chaos. Chocolate, by now, wasn't just food. It was memory. An emotional bridge between people, places, and distant times. And when peace returned, chocolate marched into movies, ads, and pop culture. From Forrest Gump's iconic line, "Life is like a box of chocolates," to TV jingles from Hershey's and Dove, chocolate became part of America's soul. Do you remember your first chocolate bar? Share your nostalgia in the comments. Was it Reese's, Twix, or just anything with sugar? In modern times, as people grow weary of over-industrialized food, they're rediscovering pure cacao. High percentage, small batch, craft-made chocolate, sometimes 70%, 85%, even 99% cacao. Chocolate is now talked about like wine, notes of fruit, hints of earth, complex finishes. What was once made mild and sweet is now loved for being raw, strong, and real. Tried that kind of intense chocolate? Congrats, you've touched the true heart of cacao. Comment Team Bitter Cacao if you've ever grimaced. Then reached for another bite. And no matter its form, bar, sauce, ice cream, chocolate's deepest magic lies in the emotion it delivers. Sometimes it says "I'm sorry." Other times it means "I care." And sometimes, it's just a way to tell yourself, "You got this." If you've ever used chocolate as comfort, welcome. You're in good company. Follow this channel for more stories where food meets feeling. To wrap it all up, if cacao was once the drink of gods, today chocolate is our whisper to one another. Gentle, sweet, timeless. Thanks for listening all the way. In a world full of content, you chose this little journey with a cacao bean. That means everything. Have a sweet day. And if you can, gift someone a chocolate bar. No special reason. Because sometimes, love is just dark chocolate, quiet, but unforgettable.